turns nasty. We'll talk more about that in a bit, but right now, let's go to the park with Andrea.
All right, thank you, John. Now, all this month, CBSN New York is celebrating Black History Month. We're highlighting events that shine a spotlight on the achievements of African Americans. Many of our city parks and monuments honor African Americans who shaped the landscape of our culture. Now, a photo exhibit pays tribute to their lives and accomplishments. Namesakes honoring African Americans in New York City parks is sponsored by the Parks Department's Ebony Society.
There are many African Americans that are depicted in several of our parks throughout the 5 boroughs. Jackie Robinson inspires me the most, you know, knowing his story and knowing the history behind what he's gone through to be the first African American Major League ball player. He did it in such a way that he had poise and grace and a lot of class about making it happen.
Now, the Parks Department hopes the achievements of these namesakes will inspire all New Yorkers. Now, joining us right now to discuss the exhibit is Parks Commissioner Mitchell Silver. Thanks so much for coming in this morning. I can't wait to really learn more about this. So how is someone honored, and why is this so important to do?
Well, we have close to 2,000 parks in New York City, and it's very important that we reflect the diversity of our city. So throughout the history of parks, in some cases it was just appointed by the commissioner, the name. Other cases it comes from the community. So there's a variety of the parks being named here. We want to honor those real true legends and notable African Americans so that we can tell their story and why that park was named after them.
Yeah, and part of the name is namesakes. So tell us, what namesakes inspire you?
Well, clearly it was stated Jackie Robinson is one of them. My father was a huge Dodger fan, and there is many sites named after Jackie Robinson, one right near Ebbets Field. So that is one that truly inspires me. Marcus Garvey, I'm a runner. My team starts at Marcus Garvey every Monday night.
Right.
And just to see the Fire Watch Tower that was just built there, key, actually Jamaican, but a Caribbean American that we're celebrating. Shirley Chisholm. We have several sites. A new monument will be going up in Prospect Park. So those are just some of the ones that inspire me, and hope people come out to the exhibit just to hear and read those stories. You
know, and the exhibit features the notable names like the ones you just mentioned, but also some people that folks might not really know about, especially when we're talking about Hattie Carthen and Captain Roscoe Brown. Tell us about them.
So Hattie Carthen in Bedford-Stuyvesant was very concerned about the conditions and started planting trees, started this whole beautification movement, and it was really the birth of our Green Thumb program you see today, planting trees on these vacant lots. So there's a community garden named after her in Bedford-Stuyvesant, but she's really credited of really starting the whole Green Thumb community garden movement. In terms of Roscoe Lee Brown, Tuskegee Airmen, very, very famous experiment that really worked well for World War II, but was also president of Bronx Community College. There's a new plaza right nearby that we opened up about a year ago named after Dr. Roscoe Brown.
That's fantastic. And also tell us about astronaut Dr. Ronald McNair, who's very inspiring.
Second African-American astronaut. Sadly, he perished when the shuttle crashed in Florida many years ago. So there are actually 2 parks named after McNair, and one in Brooklyn near Brooklyn Museum and the other one in Harlem. Again, we wanted to celebrate the history, and one of the parks actually has some features through aeronautics so people can relate back to the history, an amazing contribution he made to Black history.
That's right. And you had mentioned Shirley Chisholm.
Yes.
Yeah, how is she being honored?
Well, there are 2 places. One in Bauer Park is right near the Brooklyn Children's Museum. There is the Shirley Chisholm Circle. And now we're actually commissioning through She Built NYC a monument in Prospect Park near Parkside and Ocean Avenue. That one right now is being commissioned, and we hope it'll be up so people can enjoy that in the next couple of years.
Oh, there's so much to see, that the whole family can learn so much history by enjoying the outdoors, you know?
What's nice about it is that when you go to the exhibit, you see the picture, both archives that we have, what it looked like then and what it looks like today, so people really get to see that connection. And each one's curated, so you actually see that narrative of why we're recognizing them, including some of the first African-American park employees of prominence. So there are 2 that's being recognized, Courtney Collender and Pelham Fritz. And so you get to see their story as well.
You know, heroes and namesakes are all among us.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Mitchell. The exhibit is on display until February 27th at the Arsenal Gallery. It's located at park headquarters at 830 Fifth Avenue. Now, for more information, go to our website. That's cbsnewyork.com. Now, as we celebrate Black History Month, several New York restaurants are taking part in